today we're going to have a look at this. It's a model car, very heavy model car. It's a 1/18 scale model of the Studebaker Golden Hawk, one of the last of the Hawk family of cars which Raymond Loewy originally designed. And it's a really cool model, so I thought it deserved a little bit of video treatment after the photography session earlier on today, which hopefully you'll have seen on Hooniverse, and you'll have thought, well, it looks like quite a nice model. Well, it is quite a nice model, but it's got a few things that are really cool about it that you can't see in the photos. So let's have a quick look at some of those. Starting from the front, if you'll excuse the rather non-1/18 scale claw from above, let's have a look at this. They've got a little tiny telescopic aerial, there you go, which telescopes up to about 9 scale inches, maybe a little bit more than that. I don't know how true to scale that is, whether it should go further. Having any more telescopic than that would have been a little bit of an ask, to be honest, but I think that's good enough. So that's pretty cool. Now, put it away, here we go. If we head out to the back, we've got this roller forwards. This here is a working fuel flap. It's a slightly different colour to the rest of the car. That's just a production shortcoming, no doubt. It's very difficult to get plastic the same colour as metal, but there we go. That hinges on its own little hinge to about 90 degrees, so you can pump 1/18 scale gas directly into its little gassy orifice just there, which is a nice little feature. But the killer feature on this, hopefully you'll be able to see it well, is what happens when you open the door and you find this little dial here, which is a crank handle for a set of fully functioning crank windows. Now that, in my mind, is awesome on a model of any price point, when you consider that this is just a Yatming Signature series model, which I got on eBay for like actually £17, 17 of my quid. That's the equivalent of 3 McDonald's, something like that. A very happy meal indeed. Actual operating crank windows. Now they are manual, they're not electric. That would be something. They're not remote control or anything like that. There's probably somebody out there who has motorised the crank windows on their model Studebaker, but not I. I think that's fantastic. The ones at the back, they're fixed, obviously. There's nowhere for them to go. That would be witchcraft if they could find a way of making that electrical. But that, in conjunction with the rest of the model, which is pretty well detailed on its own, let's have a quick look at some of the other bits and bobs on it. So if the lighting could be made right, creaky, you can see the interior with the quite nicely machine turned, there you go, fascia. The dials themselves are a little bit disappointing because they're just printed on, but I still think they look great. And there are dog legs, obviously, holding the doors on, but yeah, you know, budget model. I still think that looks pretty good. The seats themselves fold out of the way, so your 1/18 scale folk can get into the back comfy, and there's an armrest back there. Round in the trunk, you've got a spare wheel and a couple of tools to help with the fitting thereof, which is good. And round the front, if they excuse the claw once again, under the hood you've got the supercharged 289 4.7 litre V8. Supercharger sitting on the top there. Will focus. Yep. And the tooth belt, the blue painted cylinder block, and some heads bearing sweepstake 289 on a Legend. Various bits of wiring, I don't know, I presume they're fuel lines or something because you can see them underneath the chassis as well. There's a battery back there, and all in all, I think it's fantastic. And let's have a look at those windows again, just because they're just so damn cool. So, finger goes in there, finds the crank, turns it around, and there it goes. And it even seals closed when the seats are set properly. Oh, damn kids. There we go. So that's it. That is the Yatming 1/18 scale Studebaker Golden Hawk. £17 from eBay.